I'm Dr. Jon Harmon, and I'll be your host this evening for another. Gosh, we have a world-class athlete on the call tonight that I'm excited to introduce you to. If you haven't met her, she has quite a story to tell. Tonight, we are going to be talking about this wonderful little patch. It looks like a simple little Band-Aid. This is called the X39. It's a brand new phototherapy technology for stem cell activation. We're going to shed a lot of light on that tonight. And my goal this evening is for you to be able to answer these three questions. Number one, ask yourself this: does this product work? And I hope by the time you get all of the information and the history of what has happened with this phototherapy patch introduction globally, that you will understand that this product does work. The next question: could it work for me? Most of you on this call were invited by someone else, someone who cares a lot about you. And as we go through this, your mind is going to probably wander into people in your circle who are suffering. Maybe it's you. Maybe you have some kind of thing. We don't say diseases or disorders here, but you might have something that you have concerns about, something that no one has been able to figure out. I want to tell you, as a doctor, I know that there are many, maybe even thousands of different types of disorders that nobody can figure out because of the complexity. We have this symptoms, we have dysfunctional adrenal, kidneys, thyroid, hormones, gut issues, brain issues, and they form such a complex issue that nobody has figured it out. And many of you probably have a little supplement fatigue where you've been prescribed lots of things. We don't do that here. We focus on helping your body take care of business on its own. How do we do that? That little patch I showed you, that little patch elevates a peptide that we're going to talk about. That peptide is like the master key that unlocks so many regenerative pathways that it's hard to even list, but we're going to give you the highlights tonight. Just know there isn't time to talk about all of the research, and a lot of you would be bored with research. But I want you to ask yourself these questions. Do I have chronic pain? Am I not sleeping well? Do I have joint problems? Do I have brain issues? Keep an open mind. And also at the end, I want to answer this question for you. Could I also share this with other people? Like I was mentioning, there are people that might be in your life. Somebody invited you here to take a look at this. Maybe think about those people you would also like to help. And we want to show you how simple this process is to be able to share this technology. But first, we have a very special guest tonight. I just met her a few weeks ago through text and phone, and reading her accomplishments is a long list. I'm going to let April Lund come on. April, kind of tell us your journey. What was it like prior
Yes,
to starting with this technology, and what
it's
it's done for
different,
you and what
isn't
you've
it?
been able to accomplish with that? April.
Okay, hi, I'm April Lund. I am health and wellness coach. I'm a regenerative specialist. I am a professional runner. I also have a TV
Oh,
show that I
really?
do as well. I have over 30 world championships, I think. I don't know, Renita tried to pin me down on that. And I'm like, at some point you just don't count. I don't
Now
know,
hold
like,
on, April. You have so many championships, you don't know how many.
I don't
I
know, like
can't get past that. Sorry.
but it's true. Like even national championships too. Like I don't know. Someone just asked me for my hometown. I'm nominated for the Hall of Fame for my hometown. They're like, "Can you give us your list of accomplishments?" And I'm like, "Dude, can you just Google? Like it's easier."
Oh, that cracks me up.
And I mean that with all due, like with like the most humbleness I possibly can, because everything that I do, I really feel like is to show the world that the glory of God has no bounds. And it doesn't matter where you've been, because as long as you have faith and you have discipline, then you can accomplish anything. And I will tell you right now, I'm just coming back from a whirlwind trip to the South American Championships, which I've got my 4 gold medals right here. I won 4 gold medals. I set 2 championship records. And on Wednesday night, I sprained my MCL training someone, got on the plane on Saturday with my X39 and my ice waves on, and ultrasounded twice on the way down. When I got off the plane, I could all of a sudden move my leg, and I won a championship like 12 hours later.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I shouldn't even have been able to walk. It's like, what a miracle, X39 is. So I love it. But anyway, so yes, so April Lund, I do all the things and give God all the glory. And my life has changed since I started wearing phototherapy. It's been a little bit over 3 years. I face planted in the California International Marathon trying to qualify for the Olympic trials. I went and trained in Kenya. I love to train in Kenya. And when I came back to North Dakota, I started training on the treadmill. I ended up with plantar fasciitis really bad, and I could not get rid of it. When I was praying, God told me stem cells. I almost went to Mexico. And then the more research you do, you realize that 1 in 3 people can't walk after getting stem cell injections. You also realize that the doctor was like disbarred in 3 states.
Oh, gee. That's a problem.
It's definitely a problem. And then I get on Facebook, and here is Renita Brannon talking about the biggest medical innovation in 40 years. And she's talking about this sticker. And I'm like, I don't even know what that shit is, pardon my language, but I need it. I didn't even care what it was. I didn't need her to teach me anything. All I heard was stem cells. I'm like, that's what God told me. So I put it on. And that was a little over 3 years ago. And I have been making teams for USA, breaking world records, American records. I have a current American record now. One of them just got broken about a month ago, but it's for 3 years, which is amazing. God has been so good. So,
well, part of your journey was weight loss as well, wasn't it?
yeah. So, you were sitting here talking about, supplement fatigue and all of these things. And, about 11 years ago now, I was 120 plus pounds heavier,
Oh my.
44.8. Yeah.
Wow.
You probably didn't see the
So you
before
weighed
photos.
nothing.
It's hysterical. But almost 130 pounds heavier, 44.8% body fat, could barely walk. And I knew that God had told me that I was going to be a great athlete. And I didn't know what it was. At that point, I was an alcoholic, had been in some abusive relationships, and my body was just breaking down. And then here I am today. I fought for my health. I spent every dollar I made for over 5 years, literally going to this functional medicine doctor, flying to this person, flying to everyone telling me I'm okay. And I'm like, listen, I will haunt you in your life if you tell me I'm okay, And then finally started getting answers. We have one of the world's top applied kinesiologists here in Nowhere, North Dakota, that I've had the privilege of having him help me for over a decade, and been able to rebuild my health. And then here I am today being able to share this wonderful technology so other people can too. I definitely specialize a lot with people with autoimmune problems. I have 4, well, I'm going to say I had, because your words have a lot of power, neuroplasticity.
Yes, they do.
I had 4 autoimmune, and my doctor said I'd be the first person ever cured of autoimmune. And my Hashimoto's, they did the test 3 times because the marker wasn't there. She's like, this isn't possible. My Hashimoto's is gone. My Raynaud's barely ever has anything. My colitis is fine. And then I won't let them do the test for MS again because, I don't need it. Right?
So wait, you were diagnosed with MS as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my.
Yep.
So I pardon me, but I want to dive in a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
You must have felt hopeless. I mean, I can't think of a different word at that point.
Well,
you weighed 100 and how many pounds? 120 pounds.
Well, I was 220 and change. Like, you can't ask a girl her exact weight. Come on.
And then like 4 different autoimmune diseases that you had. What a complex issue or picture that must have presented to the doctors trying to figure you out.
Well, the better shape I got in, and then when your doctor tells you that your weight loss is the reason why you're sick, get a new doctor. When your doctor tells you just take a pill and never tells you, are you working out? Are you eating right? Get a new doctor. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I fired a lot of people because they didn't believe in my health, right? Like I wanted to feel well. But I even at one point was at Mayo and they told me that they were going to ablaze my vagus nerve. Like, what do you mean? So I'm like,
Are you serious?
so you're going to put me on medicine for my heart, my lungs, my digestion, for my rest and for the rest of my life? I'm like, there has to be a better solution. And I
And they
was in
said they
my
were going to
30s.
destroy your vagus nerves?
They were going to do ablation on my vagus nerve. And I'm like, there
Oh
has
my.
to be a better way. And I have fought. And, I don't ever want to say that I was hopeless because my life's never been easy. I grew up in the projects, no money, no food on the table, got my first job when I was 4. I would never change any of it because that work ethic and that love and that appreciation I have makes me the person I am today. And so I'm just so grateful for having the opportunity to fight for everything I've ever had. So I also feel when God gives you knowledge and he gives you tools, it's also our responsibility to use them. The same as with the phototherapy. He told me stem cells, and I almost went to Mexico and did that. And then
Would have been
and
a
now look at my life,
it would have been a heck of a lot more expensive too, I have to tell you.
I'm not taking a chance of being 1 in 3. Have you heard my story? If the wind blows and there's one speck of dust, it's going to go in my eye, right? I am not taking my chance.
Wow. So, there are probably some people on this call who feel they're in that same realm that you were in.
Mhm.
And our goal here is to give them hope and
Yes.
encourage them to start this brand new technology. And it's not. And I've dealt with people for 35 years who have that supplement fatigue, and they run through this one and that didn't work. And we go to another one and that one didn't work. Now we're going to take 5 at the same time, some between meals, some with, it gets to be overwhelming and discouraging for a lot of people. It's so great to hear your story about not doing that anymore.
Yeah. And there was a point that because I went to Indianapolis or not India, or Minnesota, and I saw like the functional medicine doctor for the Vikings and for all this stuff because I'm like, I'm going to be this amazing athlete. And at one point, I was on 36 supplements.
Oh
Right.
my.
And like for Epstein Barr, and I had Lyme and I had Babesia, and you name it, I had everything. Right. And there are phases of sickness, right? And of healing
Sure.
as well. And
Hmm.
the faster I got, the more fine-tuned I had to be. But I will tell you, if you're out there right now, don't give up hope because do you know how many medicines I'm on? 0. Do you know how many supplements I'm on? I would a handful, but it's like things like beta alanine, citrulline, things that are, all red for like, or like carbs, those kind of things. I'm on
Right.
nothing. I don't need any other supplementation from, well, I do love my celery J. So I'm like, oh, look, already take 80% of this, but it's just for performance. It's not to heal anything. My gut is fine. It's amazing. And I promise if you start the journey and you stay consistent, your life can change, but it does take work. Like, never was there a miracle in the Bible where there wasn't action. Like, you have to take action.
April, will you share with us what records you hold?
Yeah, so I did hold the 10,000 meter outdoor on the track, and Kiera D'Amato just absolutely obliterated my record.
Oh
But
dear. Oh
um,
dear.
she did, but that's okay. But she also has held all these other records too. But and then I have the 3,000 meter indoor. So, which is amazing. And I plan on continuing to do that, even though my coach is not very happy. I just hired a new coach and he told me I have to just have like one goal. And I'm like, we may not work.
Yeah,
The
that's not
last
enough for you.
it's not. The last 3 years, I have broke every world elite standard from the 1 mile all the way up to the marathon. And I have been competitive on the world stage on every surface and every distance. So that's trails, cross country. I especially love cross country, the track, the roads, you name it, mountains, all of it.
So this 120-pound overweight girl who has four autoimmune diseases has all of these records. That's
Yeah,
incredible,
yeah.
April.
We can heal. Can you imagine this? Our body can heal itself. Remember when people used to have long lifespans and live and medicine was normal? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
or not medicine, sorry, food was normal instead of medicine? Like food and water and electrolytes and, like whole food,
And
right?
how
I
about
mean,
activating your stem cells, April?
well, I mean, who would have thought that you could have put on something that heals your body from the inside?
Yeah,
It's amazing. I
it
feel
is.
like other than these lines from my clients stressing me out, I feel like I look 5 years younger than what I did 5 years ago.
Well, my guess would be 24. So,
And that's why he's the head of the podcast, folks. No, no, I'm 43 and I am the
oh,
fastest I've ever been. I've got 21 sponsors. I was the oldest professional ever signed last year. Take that, Tom Brady. Uh, and then I'm currently training to make the Olympic trials in the marathon. And I will also make the standard for the 10,000 meter as well. But I'll be the oldest person to ever toe the line at the Olympic trials. How
I
amazing.
was hoping you were going to bring that up because I was going to bring it up. You'll be the
Yeah.
oldest female. Wow.
Yeah, no, oldest American. Like, there's not been a
Oldest
man older
American.
than me either. Yeah, there's not been a man that's older either.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a story.
it's
That
amazing.
I love your story from so much in despair and without hope and then to come back like that is really incredible. I'm really glad to have you on. What would you tell these people who are either on the call or they're going to hear this in the future? What would be one last thing you could tell them?
Geez. Okay, well, I said all things are possible through faith and discipline, and you have to take action, right? But
Yeah.
if you are not, so I want to just give my quick spiel on phototherapy,
Yeah,
just really
please
quick,
do.
because I believe in it so wholeheartedly, and people travel from all over to see me to help heal their body. Okay, for whatever it might be. And not only have I seen it make differences in myself, but I have seen amazing things. People that have diabetes that no longer have to use their insulin pump, someone that couldn't feel their feet, right? Who had neuropathy, who can feel their feet. I have people that come to me that couldn't sleep, that, you name it. I wish I could share some of the before and afters from
Maybe
people.
we'll
Like,
have to have you on and again and talk about some of those.
it is so amazing to see the quality of people's lives change. And it's not just only putting on X39, right? But the energy you have from X39 and the healing that happens in your body, it's a catalyst that allows you to make better decisions, that allows you to be able to move, that helps, like, you can't beat the sugar cravings. You can't, there's all of these things that beat you down. And when you have something so simple like helping your body heal itself,
Yeah, and that's
take,
the bottom line is
yeah,
that
it's helping. Go ahead.
we're not taking pills and shakes and all kinds of different things. We're activating the restorative regenerative pathways in the body. Man, I am so grateful we had you on tonight,
And
April.
I have to say one more thing about the
Yes,
pills too,
please.
because how many of you guys out there are bloated? Your poop is weird. You're not sleeping very good. You wake up and you don't feel rested. I got news for you. If you have any of those things, you're not absorbing 90% of the pills you're taking anyways.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you
So,
something. I used to see on X-rays. I would take X-rays when I had my chiropractic practice, and we would see these white things in the field where the digestive tract is, and people would say, "What are those?" And I said, "Well, those are the pills you took yesterday that never got absorbed."
it's true. So people that are trying to take peptides that way, or you're taking supplements to help you, like, you're not using a lot of them if you have those symptoms, right? If your
Right.
stomach's not working, you can't use those anyways. What a beautiful technology and what an innovation to be able to put your X39 on, and then
There you go.
I guess during my workout, my glutathione fell off because I traveled yesterday. When you travel, you got to wear your glutathione.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
but but what an amazing technology that your body can activate and you can heal yourself and you can feel better and your brain can work better. And not only that, but you can help all these people heal. And in the beginning, I didn't work the business side because, I had all this other stuff and I was way too busy. When I came back from Anaheim from the convention, I cried when I saw I don't even want to cry now. When I saw one of my best friends that was in a bad car accident that was told she'd never walk again, much less run. She's popping tramadol. And I come in and I just cry when I see her because I'm like, why was this good enough for me for 3 years, but I didn't help you?
Oh my.
How dare me? What a slap in the
Yeah.
face to anybody that I love, that I was going to heal myself and I don't help other people heal and give them the joy and the ability to wake up in the morning and feel good, the ability to not be so exhausted at night that you you can't take a shower, you can't brush your teeth, you don't even want to cook food because you're so tired. You guys, if you have any of those things, you have to try X39 because it will change your life and it will change the life of the people you love. Just
April, if you told me right now to get in line for an Olympic trial, I would do it because
let's do it. No.
even though I have two knee replacements.
Okay, well, then
Oh man.
we can put you in Paralympics. Let's go.
Oh wait, I got relegated to Paralympics. April, I'll get you back for that somehow, some way. Thank you so much, man. What an inspiration. I'd love to have you on again and talk about some other things. Um,
Absolutely.
I think that listeners tonight and in the future probably understand a lot better the emotion of helping someone else and seeing their life change. And I've interviewed patients over the years, and when they get better from things, they start crying and they're mourning the time that they lost. So to me, it's our responsibility to reach out to those people and help them. And here's the
It
thing,
is.
we're helping people have their bodies take care of business on their own. Thank you so
Yes.
much, April. Now we get to share a little bit more about how the heck this stuff works. I appreciate you. We'll talk again soon. What is this thing? This little patch, this little Band-Aid like thing. Actually, it's a global phenomenon in over 82 countries. This is not something that, it's just a little startup somewhere. First of all, the company is 21 years old. This patch and our companion supplement that we take that gives your body all of the things you need in order to make the GHK copper peptide just got the global stem cell biohack a few weeks ago. So we're not likely to have gotten that award if this doesn't work, but it's like flipping your body's own repair switch safely, effortlessly, and from within. Now, I have to say something. We don't profess to heal or cure or treat. What we do is help the body take care of business. We remind this little patch, you see this on the back of this neck, this little patch, it reminds your body of what it used to do when you were in your 20s. You see, when we are in our 20s, our body makes a lot of this peptide called the GHK copper peptide. But after about 25 to 30, you notice that things change a little bit. We start to see, wrinkles and hair changes, and we don't have as much energy. We don't have as much focus. A big part of that is the decrease in the GHK copper peptide. So it is not a pill or a lotion or a cream. I want to bring your attention to the arrows over here. You see that little whitish stuff inside of there? What that is, it's a crystal structure that doesn't exist in nature. And when we place this on our skin, it captures energy you just made and emitted into your surroundings and reflects back into you a very specific frequency. Yes, it's proprietary information. You're not going to find out what it is, but it activates that pathway, much like when we go out into the sun. somehow magically we get the signal to make more vitamin D. It's the same pathway. It's just like changing on your radio station. You go to 580, you get this station. You go to 670, you get a different station. Well, the light coming from the patch activates the production, your own production of GHK copper peptide. And one of the great things about that, it doesn't send you a bill. It just makes it. It's obedient. Okay, I'll go ahead and make that. So we're going to watch this short video that will explain a little bit better than any human alive. And this is why we use it.
Light, the energy of life itself. Since the beginning of time, light has sustained us, fueled our growth, and shaped the world. Even Einstein recognized that everything we are is made of light. But what if we could harness the light within us, not just to live, but to renew, restore, and rejuvenate? As time goes on, we begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Energy fades, sleep declines, and healing takes longer. The reason? Our stem cells, the building blocks of renewal, become less effective over time. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering groundbreaking technology to help the body do what it was designed to do, only better. Introducing LifeWave X39, the first product in the world that activates stem cells using our body's own light. Backed by clinical research, multiple patents, and over 10 years of stem cell research, LifeWave's founder, David Schmidt, achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others, despite years of research and billions in funding, could not. The result? A revolutionary wearable light technology that unlocks the power of activating our own stem cells with a single, safe, affordable, non-transdermal patch that puts you back in control of how you look, feel, and perform. Here's how it works. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light. When an X39 patch is applied to any point on the body, our infrared light is reflected back into the tissue, sending a signal to the brain, activating a powerful peptide, GHK copper peptide, known to activate our stem cells. These younger, more effective stem cells then go to work, enhancing energy, relieving pain, improving sleep, accelerating recovery, and promoting healthier hair and skin. Unlike drugs or chemicals, X39 works naturally, awakening your body's ability to heal and thrive. Whether you want to boost energy for your busy life, recover faster, or simply feel your best, X39 supports your body's natural renewal process, helping you live long, live well, and live young. No matter your age or stage in life, your body is capable of more than you realize. It's time to unlock your full potential, restore your vitality, and embrace a healthier, more vibrant you. Be the light with LifeWave X39.
Very good. So I was thinking about how April was when she started in despair, 4 different autoimmune diseases, and you think, well, what should I take? What herb, what vitamin should I take to help me with these things? And then all of a sudden, your body starts taking care of business on its own with your own regenerative cells. Why light? Light is information. Red light, violet light, green light, red, all kinds of different light therapies have come onto the scene in the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years. You've seen this explosion of people using light. Well, they usually have a battery or a plug. You have to plug it in somewhere. David figured out how to capture the light that we make and emit into our surroundings and reflect it back in. And that is our therapy. That's why we can call it a phototherapy patch. Photobiomodulation, light therapy. What do we get from that? Renewed energy, deep restorative sleep, collagen activation, faster recovery, regeneration from the inside out, just like April described. And for those of you on this call, I want this to give you hope. And also people in your life, reach out to them. We talked about the copper peptide. Just really briefly, I want to open this up because we owe a lot to this man right here, Dr. Lauren Picard. He's the one who discovered it in 1973. You know what they did? They took old liver cells and put them in this little dish that's called a Petri dish. That's where you can grow things in there and do experiments. And they put old liver cells, and then they put the GHK copper peptide in there. You know what happened? It reversed the age of the old liver cells, and they started making things that only young liver cells make. And they thought, wow, there must be something to this. That's how it started. And so since that time, there's been research all over the world that started 27 years before the company LifeWave even existed. But then David comes out and he figures out how to signal your body to start making more of your own. So you don't need an infusion. You don't need an injection. You certainly can't take a pill because, like April said, it wouldn't survive the acid in your stomach. So what does it do? In the research, it says it causes adult stem cells to start producing again. It resets 1/3 of our genes to a younger state almost immediately. Skin and hair benefits, smoother skin, less wrinkles, change. We have lots of reports of people, their hair going back to brown and actually regrowing. The thing about hair, in the literature, it says not only does it help us grow new follicles, but it actually causes them to grow bigger so the hair shafts have a wider diameter. And people say, my hair's getting so thick. A little bit about fast-growing cells. This peptide is shown in the literature to reset the cellular death cycle of some of those types of fast-growing cells. It inhibits other things, resets genes. It inhibits 25 genes that people can be born with that would predispose us to getting fast-growing cells when we get older. Out of 1,309 bioactive compounds, GHK copper peptide was recommended as the top bioactive compound to help with things like COPD. We don't treat diseases. LifeWave doesn't make any claim about diseases or disorders or curing or healing. Again, we help the body do what it's designed to do by reminding it of what it was supposed to do. Antioxidant properties. Brain and nerves. There was so much information about brain and nerves. When I wrote the book about GHK copper peptide, I had to break up that information into 3 total different chapters. There's so much benefit, and that's why we use this patch in my former brain clinic called Claremont, Idaho, as part of our protocols to help people get better. Additional access, it rapidly increases healing speed. It actually acts as the director of traffic for stem cells, meaning it acts like a homing device to call in stem cells out on site where they are needed to repair things. This is why it's so effective and sometimes just really quickly effective. We'll go back to here. So just a couple of things other people are saying about their results.
Never expected to get this diagnosis, to be stage 4 at 37 years old, and then be able to have a clear scan. So, I'll forever be using these.
I was saving for my 20th stem cell treatment, and Barbara showed up, and she put 2 patches on me, and by the time we finished talking, I was able to lift my legs much easier. It was amazing. And so I canceled my appointment, and I've been wearing the patches every day since.
Wouldn't you love to be Barbara? The way she said Barbara, she said it with so much emotion. It's like Barbara was her lifesaver. What a blessing to be somebody's Barbara.
What I noticed first was that my floaters went away, my eyesight improved, my digestion, my sleep. I had shoulder issues that went away. My skin improved. I have more energy now than I did when I was 30.
There are many more on here. Go to this website. It's called the Why the Light. All of this is on the website, Why the Light. So how do we wear it? It's clean skin. Put one on the back of your neck right there, one of the recommended spots. We wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And people will often ask me why. Why do we do that? Why do we put it on for 12 and off for 12? I use lasers in my clinic, and a protocol may be 2 minutes. I could leave it on for 20 minutes and they wouldn't get any more benefit than they would from 2. So the body, you have to look at it like, the bucket is full. I can't get it any more full than it already is. Then we take it off. The body goes back to without being stimulated with that light, and then it's new again. Then it does the same thing. Then you take it off, let the body just kind of take care of, use those stem cells that were activated, and then we start again the next day. We put a new one on each day, throw it away after that. So what to expect? Go to this website. Lots of things start to happen. It resets about a third of our genes back to a younger state. We start to get repair and regeneration. The brain starts to come into balance. 3 to 6 months, everything in our body is made of collagen. You know that, right? Even our bones, the bone matrix is protein, which is collagen. Everything in our body is made, components of it are made of collagen. 12 months to be a different person. We're going to show one more video here. You're going to hear directly from the CEO, the founder, and the scientist, David Schmidt.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There is more information there than most people would ever realize. I was 8 years old, and my parents wanted to take me to the workshop of Thomas Edison. On the drive back home, I said to my dad, I want to be an inventor. Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. What if we could have an external electromagnetic field that would essentially reset the stem cells that are already in our bodies and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? What if in the process we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? God has left his fingerprint in natural design, and that blueprint shows up in nature. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary. What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people.
David Schmidt, we are so fortunate to have him as a CEO. So how do we get these? If you've already checked the boxes, at least I hope you have, that the patch works. And the question, will it work for me? Well, do you have genes? And if you hold the mirror up to your mouth, does it fog it up? You are a human being and it will work for you. So how do you get them? There are several different ways. You can become a retail customer. The pricing on that is $149.95 for a month's supply. And you can do that. I recommend and I'm going to compare it to remodeling your house. If you're going to remodel your house, I wouldn't want to stop after 1 week, because that's when things get just a little dusty and confusing. But if you want to be a customer, the company will give you wholesale pricing on the product that you have on a recurring subscription. So you would actually get the same price that we branding partners would be able to purchase a 1 month supply. We call it a sleeve. Or you can become a branding partner, and there is no special fee to do that. You just need to buy anywhere between 3 and 20 sleeves, your choice. You get to choose. You can purchase a core kit for $295, so it's slightly less than wholesale. That's $300 worth of product for $295. That would be enough for one person for several months, or for two people for a month or month and a half. At the advanced, that would be more for two people for several months. And you get a combination or all X39. You get $600 worth of product for $535. These bigger kits would be for families, or up here, someone who either has some kind of a clinic or a store or something where they're going to have some on hand, or for people who are fast builders, if they become branding partners and want to treat this as a business. This is where I recommend people start. Truly, you can start anywhere you want. You just decide how that is. I want to be a customer. I want to actually share this with people. Remember, that was one of my questions. How easy is it to share this product? Well, it's very easy, because if you can say the words, "What do you know about X39?" or "Have you heard of X39?" and then they will say no. And then you say, "I'll send you a link to a short video." If you can do that, you can actually share this with others very easily. I would encourage you to get online, get with the person who brought you to this. They thought enough of you that they wanted to help you in some way, either with your health, with your wealth, or with both. Get back with them and find out how you do that. They can show you where to go to get some product ordered. And keep in mind that we do this doctor and athlete podcast. There are other podcasts other nights of the week. This will be one of the last times that we do this one on Tuesday. We're shifting to Wednesdays starting in a week or two. And that schedule will be sent out as well as the ones that you got for the announcement for this one. So get a patch on, tell your friends. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.